Again, welcome to Statistics with Microsoft Excel. So in this lectures, again, we're going to continue with descriptive statistics. Here we are going to learn how to measure the location, especially central tendency. That's how to find the mean media mode of a data set using Microsoft Excel. First, I'm going to start with a short lectures on what is a mean media mode. Then we go with the Microsoft Excel. So we said if the measures are computed for data from a sample, that's if we use a sample to find the measures of a data set, we call it the sample statistics. Now, if the measures are computed for data from a population, we normally use the term population parameters. So normally if I want to find the mean of a sample data set, I'll call them the statistics. So the characteristics of a sample data set is called statistics. Then with population is called parameters. Also, a sample statistics is normally referred to as the point estimator of a corresponding population parameter. So first we start with the mean. The mean normally is calculated by adding all the values and divided by the number of values. So the mean also is called the average. So the mean provides a measure of central location, and the mean of a data set is the average of all the data values. So we use the sample X bar for the sample mean. So if it's a sample mean, and if it's a population, we use the mu as the symbol. Population mean is mu. So the formula is X bar equal to the sum of all the values divided by n. N will be the number of values. So if I have a data set and the data set are 10, I will add all the 10 values, then I will divide by 10. So n represents the number of observations in the sample. That is the sample size. And the sigma xi is the sum of all the values of the n observations. So with the population mean also the same. The only thing changes is the symbol is mu. We have to add all the values of the population, then divide by the population size. So an example here we are using Excel. We have graduates, up to six graduates, and we have another grad from 7. So total, we have 12 graduates here. And each graduate have his monthly starting salary. So our goal here is to find the average monthly salary for the 12 graduates, which means we are going to add all the 12 values, then we divide by 12. We're also going to use Excel. And Excel, we have again special function for it. Another option is Excel, we can enter the formula, which means I'm going to add all the values, then I'll divide by the number of values, or we use the function. We shall go through that in a few minutes. So here we had all the graduates starting monthly salary, which is 12 of them. When we had all, we get 71,280. Then we divide by the number of graduates, which is 12. So the average salary will be 5,940. So next is finding the media. Now, the difference between the mean and the media is that with the mean, is very prompt to outline data. That is a value that is very small and a value that is very big. So let's say the starting salary, if we have 2 graduates that make only $2, we will see that the mean value will drop down, or they make $1 million. It means that the mean value will go up. Majority of the graduates, let's say 11 graduates, makes somewhere less than 5,000. But one graduate was lucky to get a very prestigious job and is making $1 million. That will basically jump up the average for all the stars. So sometimes we use the media, which is very good. The media is very robust to outline data. So a very small value or a very big value doesn't affect the media value. So that's why, let's say in our economy or in a real estate, when we are talking about housing price, we don't use the term average. because average of New York City housing price, we may see a house in some neighborhood very expensive, even within Manhattan. We may have a apartment that's sell over 2-bedroom apartment selling over 1 million. And you may have another 2-bedroom apartment selling, let's say 200,000. So using the average, it will affect the mean. So most of the time we use the median. Labor department, the median salary of workers in New York City, is better to use the median so that those in Wall Street making millions of dollars, it will not jump the average up. So that's the goal of finding using a median to avoid a very small and very large value. Now, to find the median, first we have our data set. Here we have 7 observations. The first thing we do, we have to put the values in order from the smallest to the highest. So it's increasing order. Then we take the middle value. In this case, we have 7. So we're going to have 3 to the left, 3 to the right, and our median will be 19. So this is the reason why a very small value will be in the front. A very large value will be at the end. So it doesn't have any effect on the middle value, the median. And now if the values are, let's say 8 observation we have here, you'll see that here we are going to have 2 even numbers or 2 even values. If the total observations or the sample size or population size is even number, let's say 10, 100, 50, then we're going to have 2 middle. So if we have 2 middle values, we are going to take both of them. Then we find the average of the 2 middle values. So first thing we need to do is to put the values in an increasing order again. So we have 12, 14, 18 up to 30. Then we saw that the middle value will be 19 and 26 because here we have the number of observation is 8. It's even number. So we have 4 to the left, 4 to the right. So we take the 4th value and the 5th value, and we find the average of the 2. And that will give us the median. And previously, if it's a odd, 3 to the left, 3 to the right, we have 19 in the middle, only 1. So we take that median. But first of all, we should remember always we have to put the values in increasing order or ascending order. So this is the same example. So since we have 12 graduates is even number, so we are going to get 2 middle value. So first we put the values in increasing order, as we can see. Then we take the 2 middle values. Then we find the average of the 2, and that gives us the median. Now to find the mode is always called the highest tally or the greatest frequency. So if I have a data set, I'll look the ones that appear a lot, and that will be our mode. Sometimes we may have all the values appear only once. That means there's no mode. If only one of them appears a lot, then we have only one mode, which is unimodal. Sometimes we may have bimodal. Maybe we have 2 values that appear 10 times. Since they are all 10, 10, both of them are mode. So we have 2 mode called a bimodal. We may have multimodal, 3, 4, it depends on the data set. So here we look at the value here. We put the values in, again, in the moding. To find the mode, we don't need to put the value increasing order, but also if you put it, that will help us to see which ones are the same. So here we saw the monthly salaries, and we saw that 5880 appear twice, and the rest appear only once. So our mode will be 5,880 because it appeared twice, and the rest appears only once. So in Excel, we can find the mean using the average function. Then with the range of the cell. Range of cell means, again, the number of values we have to select all. Now, if we want to find the median, we use the median function. And if we want to find the mode, we also use the mode function. So this is the example we are going to do hands-on. So first thing, I'm going to select all the values. Then I'll click the function for mean, median, and mode. Here, my range will be from B2, because I'm in row 2. The first value is in row 2, column B. So from B2 to to row 13. So it will be the same column B. So B2 to B13. So we can see the formula: average B2 to B13, media also the same thing, B2 to B13, mode also B2 to B13. Because we are finding the mean media mode of the values from B2 to B13. So let's go for it. So we're going to use the Excel. So this is my file. So the first thing I'm going to do is to select my values. Then I will click on the insert function, which is the FX. Or sometimes we may have some of the functions. Like for example, we have the auto sum, if that's what I'm looking for. But here I'm looking for mean. Since the mean is not in the button doesn't show here, I will go to the insert function. Then also we can select where we want to. So let's say I'm going to, again, you can enter your value anywhere, but I decided to enter my mean in cell F5. The media will be in F6 and the mode will be in F7. So now I'll click, this is my mean, I'll click down here, then I'll click FX and I'll look for the mean. Or sometimes you can just click, this is most recently used. You can click statistics, since we are doing statistics. These are all the statistics functions. So that's the average right there. So I'll select the average and I'll click OK. Then I need to select the range. And the range here will be, again, I can enter the value B2 to B13 with column between, or I can just click and select B2 to B13. And I'll look here, okay, the first one didn't delete, so let me delete the A5 to AF5. So now I have B2 to B13, that's good now, so I'll click OK. So our answer will be 5,940. Same thing, the media, the steps are the same. I'll click the cell that I want to enter my media, then I'll click FS again. And this time I'll look for media, which is M. Again, the functions are arranged in alphabetical order. So I'm looking for M, media, M-E. So that is it, M-E-D-I-N, media. Then I'll click OK. And the same thing, the range also will be from B2 again to B30. Now, if I want to find the media from B2 to B6, it's the same thing. I'll just select only B up to B6. Here, look, it's good, B2 to B13. So I click OK, and that's my answer. The mode also, again, the same step. We click FX, statistics is selected, look for M, M-O-D-E. Again, the functions are arranged in alphabetical order. Okay, so right here, we're going to use the MODE single because we have a single variable. So single, and then okay. Then I'll select the range from B2 to B13. And I'll click OK. And that's our solution. So again, this will be our solution. Now, anytime we want to change the function, we can click on the values where we have the formula. Then we can go to the formula bar. This is the formula bar. We can change it. So for example, I want to find, I'll click somewhere here and I'm looking for the sum of the first two values. So I'll click equal. Anytime we are entering a formula, we click equal. Then I'll look at the location of the first value is B2. So I'll say B2 plus the second value is, let's say I'm entering the B8. And also you don't have to type, you can click on it. So I'll click. Then plus, maybe click another one. Then plus, and then enter the last one, which will be B12. So what I'm trying to do, I want to find the average of these four values. So I enter the formula, I had all the values, then I'm going to divide by 4. And then I press enter. Again, I don't want to do the whole 12 because it's a lot of values to enter. So you can see we have the answer here. So what I'm trying to say here is that we can either use the function or we can enter our own formula also. So I can enter the formula, or I can use the sum. Let's say, for example, I will put it right here. I'm going to use the function. Since I know the function name, I can just type it. So I type equal sum, and I'll select the range or the values, and I will close it. So this means I'm looking for the sum from B2 to B13, and I enter. Then next, the sum is in cell B15. So I'm going to say equal B15 divided by 12. It should give me the same answer as 5940 using the mean. So that is it, 5940. So again, we can either enter the formula or we can use the function. Now, if you're entering the formula, remember two things. We always start with the equal sign. When I'm entering the formula, you can see from the formula bar here, we start with the equal sign. And also I use the cell reference name. So B15 divided by 12. The reason why, so that next time, if I change the value here, let's say I change the value here to be 9,000, you'll see that the mean value also will change, etc. So this will be the conclusion of our lectures on how to find the mean median mode using Microsoft Excel. So wish everyone the best. Thank you.